Hello, sailors, and welcome back to Ships at Sea. I've been busy between episodes delivering in, well, it is a Jenny, but every time I reload back into the game, it defaults back to the base game name. So, but we'll keep calling her Jenny. But we're not using Jenny today. I've done enough deliveries to earn up to $217,000 in the bank account. A couple things I will go over because I was told this boat was slow. And unless you actually sail it, drive it, whatever you want to call it, with the standard just base boat as it is, you don't know how slow it is until you upgrade it. So my first job, I did a 9-kilometer trip. So if I were to, no, I don't want to do, no, stop doing that. Remove node. Remove node. So I took a trip from here all the way down to Elviniskin. Yeah, so it's 9 kilometers down, 9 kilometers back, base boat, 3 hours, real-time trip. Upgrading alone with just the prop, which I think is like $10,000 for the prop. If you upgrade to the best prop there is, that trip now is reduced down to an hour and a half back and forth. That trip there will pay about $70,000, $75,000. But you're better off doing the shorter trips. When I say shorter trips, the 0.3 nautical miles, I don't know how many kilometers that actually is, but these pay like $20,000. Yeah, you're better off doing these type of jobs. You can do like 5 of those jobs, earn more money in the same amount of time that it would take you to sail all the way down there and back. But anyways, that's not what we're here for today. I want to buy a new boat. So let's go to the shipyard. Oh yeah, and also if you're doing a job, don't come into the shipyard and then go back out because the boat resets. So if you loaded material onto the boat, then come in here to check on something, to go back out, the material is gone. So you have to start the job over again. And the same thing can be said, it does warn you about the save game. If you're in the middle of a job, you might want to finish the job before you save the game, exit, come back in because the job is completely gone. But anyways, we're in here to buy ourselves a boat. And we're going to be buying ourselves a fishing boat. Yes, a fishing boat. It's the Flippy, apparently, but it's a fishing boat that can do long line. Let's go ahead and purchase this. I've already used my skill points on some of this stuff. So we're going to go in here. We're actually going to name the boat today. I know when I log back in, it'll change, but we're going to go with Cindy. And, yeah, that's what we're going to go with. All right, so upgrades. We are going to upgrade the propeller for sure. So this will, give you more efficiency to your engine and top speed. So we want to go ahead and do that for sure. And then install engines. Yes, we're gonna go. We got the cash. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves the most horsepower we can. Install. Another thing I need to do is long line. So we need to buy the long line so we can fish. All right, so that's on there, and I think that's everything I want to do. There are other upgrades, the throttle, but this is purely cosmetic and does not affect functionality, so I'm not too worried about that. Same can be said for steering, that's functionality only. The fuel tank, we could put a bigger fuel tank on here. There is a searchlight, but I don't think we're going to need a searchlight, and with the props we've already done. So Cindy is ready to go for long line rigging, so on and so forth. But now we need to go get ourselves some material. So now we got to go over to the fishery. I should say, as a disclaimer, I recorded this episode, well, at least at the beginning of this episode once, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I was running around a lot. But now that I know roughly what I need to be doing, hopefully this recording is going to go a little bit better. So luckily I had it, backed up to save game. So purchase gear. I think we're going to go with 500 hooks. All right, we'll purchase that. So we got 500 hooks. And purchase bait. Shrimp bait? I don't know. Best for catching cod. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. We'll buy one of these. Purchase. Good to go. So another thing you'll need to purchase for longline fishing is the hook. I bought the hook for something else. When I was in the Jenny, I took on picking up trash. I went out there and the trash is just floating in the ocean. I couldn't get close enough with a boat to pick up the trash. So I thought, okay, maybe I need the hook. And I bought the hook and didn't want to go back out and try to collect trash. I said, I'll figure it out later. I had enough money. I said, I want to get involved in the fishing. So let's get into Cindy here. That sounds kind of weird. And let's go see if we can find ourselves a fishing spot. So here is Cindy. Get in the boat. So the first thing I'm going to do is no bait equipped. Let's go ahead and use this. And then place bait on the hooks. Alright, so we are good to go. Can I put that away? This will go on the back of the boat right here. Bucket with the baited long line required. It's right there. We'll get that in just a moment. I need to find fishing areas. Cod. Well, there's cod out there. And there's a lot of cod out there. That's 14 kilometers out there. That's going to be quite a bit out there. But since that's the best option for me, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. Where do I need to go? Ooh, wow. It's there. So when I come out of Rost, whew, I got to get all the way through there somehow. Well, let's just get right on in there. Let's go ahead and enter. We are good to go, but let's go third person. So as I start heading out into the waters, I'll have to do a jump cut because 14 kilometers is a little bit of a jaunt. So for the Jenny, as I was showing you where I went to, as someone did comment, the stock boat of Jenny is slow. So I bought the boat. I didn't upgrade nothing in between episodes. I went out and I went all the way down there. My average speed, I would say, was about 6 knots, maybe 6.5 knots going down and back. Like I said, 3-hour round trip. I finally upgraded the prop to the best prop. Then my average speed went to about 10 knots. And like I said, the round trip was like an hour and a half. So definitely upgrade the prop if you can do so right away. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh yeah, so also in the game, as I noticed, sunrise is at about 1 a.m. Sunset is like 2 p.m. Somewhere around those general time areas. So yeah, I got to get used to that. See, I did mention about taking jobs and not exiting the game, saving the game, and also don't go into the shipyard. Basically, once you take a job from your office, it's best just to go get the job done. I mean, you can save as you go along, but if the game crashes, which the game has not crashed for me yet, but if you were to exit the game, come back in, the job is gone. And also the material in the boat could be gone as well. But yeah, I recommend with the Jenny, just go around doing the closest jobs to you, because you're going to get a whole lot of those done quicker than going further away. But I mean, play the game as you want. If you want to just take the long boat ride, go for it. Another thing I will show, and I don't think it's in the game yet, but there is autopilot. But I have not seen a skill point or anything like that where it's available. Now, there are a lot of skill points in here. Actually, I got one unused skill point in here currently. But if we go to skills, there are some things. This skill will become available during early access, which we're in. So this, things that will be in the game, but currently are not. All right, so I just want to get around this island. Ooh, where am I going? It's a long ways. There are fisheries out here. They are like 500,000. Maybe I'll work towards that next. But I was told that fishing will earn you a lot of cash, so we're going to go out here and find out. But the good news is my top speed with the best engine and the best prop in this boat is 13 knots, which is not bad. Oh, we do got sonar, which is kind of cool. So if I turn on sonar, but I guess since I'm not out in the fishing areas, there's going to be no fish around here yet. So I'll leave the sonar on. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this, get to bring the map back up. So, with all that being said, yeah, also the other thing I don't quite understand... Oh, crap, I didn't want to place that. Remove node. So if I were to... I think this is going to be for autopilot. If I put a flag down... If you look on the compass, it doesn't show you on the compass where your marker is. So I think that the nodes are going to be for autopilot, or if you want to mark it for maybe you found a good fishing spot. But the fishing spot's already marked, so I'm not quite sure I understand exactly what the nodes are for. I think it's going to be for autopilot. Maybe I'm not high enough level and the game won't let me do it. But anyways, as you can see, currently, still 14 kilometers out there. So that's probably going to take me a good, at 13 knots, I'm going to say about a half hour to get out there. So, I will see you in a half hour. We'll drop our line in the water. And hopefully, I'm doing this correctly, because getting all the way out there and not having everything I need would suck, because... yeah, as for teleporting, as we saw in the first episode, when I did like the first job, it said I could teleport back to the office. I have not seen that come back up where I can teleport anymore. So I think that was just for the tutorial. So getting all the way out here, not having what you need, and having to sail all the way back to the shop. I don't know if there's other shops in other cities, other locations. I may have to go all the way back to Ross. I'm not too sure. But anyways, as I said, I'm going to be going out here. We're going to get there. Still 14 kilometers out. But yeah, hopefully when we get out there, we'll catch a whole bunch of fish. And very close to half an hour later, we are just about there. 6:30 in the morning. Like I said, it does get dark somewhere around 2 p.m., somewhere around there. So if we look at the map, that's where we currently are. So when you're heading out to a fishery area, fish habitat, I'll tell you what type of fish you can expect there, and the percentage of fish that are there of the amount of fish in the area. Once you get close enough, it breaks it down, so you can see cod. That's where the cod are. Catfish, salmon, and haddock in this fish habitat. So we're going for the cod. We're currently 2 kilometers out. So I'm just keeping my eye on the sonar, because I don't know how close we actually have to get before the fish start showing up on the sonar. At least I hope they do. And I didn't want to miss it with you guys, so I brought you back. But 2 kilometers out, I'm hoping, like I said, that we have everything that we need, because if I don't, and I got to go back to shore and grab something. Now, the only thing I wish I grabbed, but I didn't have the inventory space, but I think I have a skill point to unlock it, is you can buy a buoy that will mark your fishing line. So I'm going to be putting fishing line into the ocean. I'm going to sleep for like 17 hours, and then hopefully I can find the fishing line and get the fish out. I have not done this before, so I'm going to learn as I go. But as we do see, if I go to help and fishing, because I read up on this, and long line, place the baited bucket at the stern of the boat and cast a long line out to sea. A long line will need to soak in the water for approximately 12 to 17 hours for optimal fishing results. To haul a long line, you will need to purchase a hook from the shop, which we got. Position your boat near the long line buoy on the starboard side. Interact with the line hauler to pull the long line into or onto your boat. Aim the hook at the head of the fish to hook it. Then reel it in. That's all I know. That's basically all I know. Alright, so we are a kilometer out, so yeah, I mean, it's not like anything out here flashed at you, say, hey, bring your boat over here. So, whoa, stop. So alright, we got fish. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit out of the boat. Open the door. Grab this. Place bucket. Cast long line. Launch already in progress. So what do I do? Just like... oh, so there's a buoy there. Oh, wait, how fast can I go? I don't want to go too fast. Wait. Sonar. Alright, so we just want to make sure we keep seeing the cod. Oh, so it marks it on the map. Okay. Okay. So I was thinking I was going to have to mark it myself. Okay, so we're putting out the line at 7 a.m. So 7 p.m. So almost until 12 a.m. the next day is when we want to pick up the line. So it's going to be dark when we start. That ought to be fun. I don't know how long. Okay, that was a buoy. I really don't know how long. I did say 500 hooks. Launch already in progress. Now we'll enter the cabin. I'm starting to wonder with 500 hooks, I don't know how much fish the boat can hold. I'm hoping the boat can hold fish to begin with. Well, I'm going to keep dropping the line. There's no indication of how much line I got left. I'm hoping there's hooks on there. If that makes sense. I just got to keep checking on it, I guess. Oh, remove bucket. Okay, so we are done here. Let me get back into here. And then... we'll just turn off engine, I guess. And then, yeah. So the bucket just completely disappears. Is it in my inventory? Yeah, if I had another inventory spot, I could put a beacon on, but I guess I don't need a beacon because it's already put there. So, let's go into the cabin. Let's go to the clock. We'll rest. That's 13, 17. I'm going to go longer because I want it to be closer to daylight. Let's rest. All right, so 2 a.m. All right, the sun's out. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and fire up the engine. Let's turn ourselves around. So the boat didn't drift anywhere. All right, so I just want to pull up alongside the buoy. Just trying to be careful about this. All right, let me go in here and let me turn off the engine just because. Do that. Start hauling. Hauling already in progress. Oh, I already got my hook. Ooh, how do you do this? Did I get it? I have no idea if I got it. Have no idea. These look like big fish. Can I stop? I can't stop the hauling? Wow, that's a... Oh, I got that one. I think. Alright. So I didn't get the other ones, apparently. I have no idea. Did I get fish? Boats. How do I see... Oh, the boat. Fish. 11. I got 364 kilograms of cod. Looks like there was something other than cod in there. Wait, so is that all... That was it? That was 500 hooks? I think if I hit X, that'll put that away. Alright, do I have... Use... Okay, there it is. So it's like, where did it go? So am I using any of that? It still says 1 out of 100. Let's pick up the bucket. Place bucket. All right, let's turn on the... All right, so I need to turn around. Almost. Turn around a little bit more. All right, let me zip on out here. I hope. Maybe I go a little bit further in. Oh, there we go. Let me go a little bit further this time. I don't want to be right on the edge. Looks like our line. So I could have gone with a bigger line. I just don't know what the capacity is of the boat. Let me go ahead and let's leave the boat going at a small speed. Put the buoy out. And I guess I can go at max speed if I want to. Let's go ahead and check the radar again, sonar. Yes, I'm not sure if I was actually hooking the fish. There was one fish that definitely looked like I hooked. The other ones I wasn't sure about, but... wait, nope, that's the wrong button. If I go here, boat... It says I got 11. I don't know what the capacity of the boat is. But we'll get one more line here. We'll fish one more line. I'm going to count the fish this time to come up. So the inventory says I got 11. But we'll fish one more line. We'll kind of at least try to count the fish. But do leave comments down below, because you can go back and watch the first line and see if I did catch 11 fish or not. And then I'll make the long half-hour trip back in to Rost, and we'll sell the fish and see how much money we earned. Alright, so that's the line done with. Let's go in here and turn this off. Let me pick up the bucket, remove bucket, and the bucket completely disappears. Let's go into here. I think this time, though, it's going to be nighttime. But this time, I am going to sleep just... well, if I sleep 12 hours, that's the shortest time it recommends. It's going to be dark, because it gets dark at 2. So if I sleep just to get it to be daylight again, wow, I'm going to need to sleep until 2100. Let's just sleep then. 12 a.m. All right, the sun's coming up. That's not too bad. All right, so there's the buoy I need to get to. Let's turn the boat around here. I could be leaving the lines in for too long. Wonder how close I actually have to get here. If I turn off the engine. Alright, start hauling. Alright, so you guys start counting. I'm going to try to count along with you. And see if we actually get the amount of fish we did bring in. So here's 1. Maybe 2. 3. 4. 5. Six. 7. 8. All right, so do I have 19 fish? No, still says 11. So I'm wondering at this point, did I only hook that one fish? But why would it say 11? I don't know what the 11 stands for. I can understand the kilograms. I know it's a cod. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I'm not doing something right. I'm probably not hooking them right correctly or something like that. Have no idea. Yeah, if you see me doing something wrong, please let me know. Well, now the fun part is full speed ahead. And now it's back all the way to Ross, which is 14 kilometers. So, I'll see you in a half an hour. That's all it's going to take me to go back at 13 knots. And we'll sell 1 fish, 11 fish, maybe the boat's at its maximum capacity. I'll have to go back into the shipyard when we get back to see what the capacity is. Maybe I'm at the capacity. Well, the situation is not looking great. I can say that much. Don't adjust your screen. I can't see nothing either. And the boat has taken a lot of damage. I was going like, we can just go around this way, no problem. Except for when fog rolls in. I'm going through a lot of islands to get to Rost, and yeah, the boat is pretty much on its last limb. I think the first thing I did was I bottomed out somewhere, and then I hit an island. I'm pretty much just driving by the map in the lower left-hand corner. I cannot see a darn thing of where we're at, honestly. And I still gotta get myself over to Rost if I can. I have no idea. And what's going to really suck is if I get, if I can't get back to the fishery, at least sell the fish that I caught. At least I think I caught. then the whole thing, I want to start all over again. Probably. We're almost there. I got to get on the other side of this island is where I need to go. But yeah, the last time I hit an island, I saw it the last second. Yeah, it said the boat was crippled, which it is. I can only do 7 knots now, which is still, considering the base game part of Jenny, where she could only do 6. I guess it's not that bad. Maybe we can see Rost. So when I left the fishery, with no islands out there, I pretty much just pointed the boat in a certain direction and gave it all she had. I took a walk out to the mailbox, got the mail. I talked to the neighbor for about a couple minutes. Came back inside, used the facilities, got myself a drink, came back, and I was still quite a ways away. But yeah, a half an hour to get back here for sure. And I'm hoping the fish I got is going to be good. I am going to check on what this boat can hold for the amount of fish. I think I can do this while we're going along. So 365. All right, so like 365 days in the year. That's the way I'm going to remember it. 365 of cod is what we're holding here. All right, so I'm kind of back out in somewhat open water. Yeah, so basically I was trying to come through all this stuff right here, and in here is where I got into trouble where the fog really got thick, and that's where I hit everything. So now I just got to make sure I go around the pier out here, and we'll limp into into the fishery, and I hope sell some fish for a decent price. And then we'll go to the shipyard, we'll repair Cindy, and we'll double check on how much capacity this has for cod. Alright, so around the pier, And I'm going to the first docking that I can, if I can find it. I know roughly where it is. I'm afraid to even sneeze towards the dock. I'm afraid of the damage it might do. Okay, this is like the loading area, and there's another spot in here somewhere. Oh, move closer to dock. T to dock. All right, boat is docked. Welcome home, basically. Let's turn off the engine. All right, and then leave boat. Let's go over to the fishery and see what I get for the amount of cod I brought in. Enter fishery. Cod large. Count 0 of 11. So we want to sell all 11 cod, please, for 7,724. Total weight of 365. Sell all fish. Just sell them. All right, so that's kind of disappointing. But now let's go to the shipyard. We'll fix up Cindy. The good thing about Cindy is when I fix her, she'll respawn actually down here. I'm wondering if it refuels it as well. But man, that is some thick fog that we sailed through. All right, first things first, repair Cindy. So I lost a whole bunch of money because, well, not a whole bunch, but repair all. Where does it show me? Okay, so it shows up by ton. So I'm guessing I only hooked that one fish when it kind of, on the first string, I think it was the first string that I did. The first set I picked up, I hooked one fish with the hook. So I got to learn how to hook fish apparently. And I could probably have made a whole lot more money than that. But 10 ton of cod at 365 kilograms. So I mean, I should be able to hold a lot more than that. So that is unfortunate, but let's go ahead outside, you know, live and learn. So there is Cindy. Let's go and just have a look. I want to see if it's full of fuel. Well, it's fully repaired, and fuel is not full. So it doesn't, it'll repair it, but it doesn't refuel it, which, you know, why would it? But, you know, early access games, sometimes you never know. So there's some fish and some cod. I'll probably do some more off camera, try to learn on it. It's a long ways back out there. Is it still there? Yep, cod. I mean, I could possibly do some others. That's 11 kilometers out there, but not as much cod. No cod out there at all. That's 12 kilometers. That's 14 kilometers. Maybe this one I would go out there just to try something a little bit different and try to learn how to catch the fish with the hook. But anyways, that is where we have to wrap up for today. So if you made this far in the video and you like what you saw, maybe think about giving the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you're thinking about doing so, please do subscribe. And yeah, that's where we need to wrap up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Ships at Sea. But until then, have a good one.